Good morning, and I am here. Welcome back to another race reaction. This is me doing a morning stream, I guess. Yeah. And this is a night race, Formula One, but it's night in that country, though. This is gonna be fun. And also, the season 1, episode 11. We have 9 races left of Formula One. I'll schedule the rest for next month. We'll schedule the rest of the Formula One race reactions in next month, maybe.
From Charles Leclerc's side of the garage, well, that's a way for Ferrari to take George Russell into
I like it when it's night.
They've gone against the Mercedes and against the cars around them. We'll see who pans out best.
Critically, they've gone with a split strategy, haven't they, Ferrari? They're hedging their bets and with a way to try and cover off Mercedes and, of course, Lando Norris. Fernando Alonso will be desperate to get past Kevin Magnussen down to turn one during the first lap to join the top 5 runners because we're not expecting the Haas to have necessarily the same race pace as the leaders, but who knows? Let's wait and find out.
14th Singapore Grand Prix. We first came here in 2008. Of course, we missed a couple of years because of the COVID situation. We're on the formation lap now, though. They're the possible race strategies. You get to about 25 laps on the medium, and you're in the lead. You are in a very good place, and expect lots of pace management here as the drivers try and save their tyres.
Looking at pace management, Sykes has really taken off like a stolen cat down the track. You're able to get on with this formation lap, and he'll then have to back them up. Otherwise, he'll be sitting, of course, on the start line way too long, and he's now into that process. So carries a good speed, got the temperatures he wanted, and now he can control the pace.
Previous wins here, Sergio Perez. This time last year, Sebastian Vettel started third in 2019 and won from that spot. Lewis Hamilton's picked up 4 wins in his time. You can ride on board with any of the 20 drivers that you wish to if you log on via the Sky Sports app. We've got all 19 on board for the race today, and we've got the team radio for the drivers as well. If you're a Sky Q, Sky Stream or a Sky Glass customer, you can press the red button on your remote control, otherwise log in with your Sky ID on that Sky Sports app, and you can watch the action.
Why is it so pretty?
You can also have alternative commentary tonight. The F1 kids are in action. Brayden, Scarlett and Zach. I'm sure they're going to enjoy what is a wide open race here. Anyone of the top 5 fancying
Carlos Sainz has to call.
coming to the equation. So even outside of the top 5, Martin, there are drivers thinking they can move up the grid here if they get the right tyres on at the right time and avoid, pitting at the wrong time.
Yeah, so a quarter of the previous safety cars have been generated by the 4 corners that no longer exist on this track. And the corners are smoother and more grippy. But of course, there are stages where the cars simply run into each other when they're on alternative strategies with tyres. We'll see how they fare this evening.
Of course, back in 2017, Ferrari lost both cars
Yes,
on the lap for the only time in the history of that team, the illustrious history, which tonight's 1,067th race featuring a Ferrari car in the World Championship.
We're about to see well over 19,000 horsepower unleashed with a short run down to what's a reasonably fast first corner in terms of it's not a heavy braking zone.
197 metres, and on the right-hand side, the odd numbers, you get an advantage. That's the racing line. You get better grip off the line, so we'll see if that counts or anything in a few seconds when the lights go out. 19 cars ready to race. It's lights out and away we go. And George Russell pointing towards Carlos.
Yeah, let's go.
Going into the first corner.
Let's
Hamilton had to take to the roll because there was no room for it whatsoever. They streamed through the first 3 corners. Carlos Sainz getting the job. Lewis Hamilton putting his teammate under pressure. George Russell losing a bit of pace behind the Ferraris in the start here as we go round turn 5.
Those Lewis and then his teammate pass.
Sorry about that.
Are going to be looking at gaining an advantage.
He is past. Hamilton is ahead of Russell. Into the next corner. We go down the inside. Here's Kevin Magnussen in the house. Trying to make him move west to Hamilton is ahead of George Russell. And Norris there.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, Russell's on the radio saying you got to let me
62 laps before goal.
I think that would be smart. He's best to do that.
It's so pretty. At night. It's been a while since I done a night Formula One race.
If they go off onto that runoff area, the driver's obliged to go to the right of the pollard that is right at the ends of that runoff area.
Hear my Ferrari boys.
He doesn't need to let his teammate pass.
No, but he gained places. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that.
Lol.
Focus on the race. Alonso did indeed get past Kevin Magnussen, as did Esteban Ocon.
And that's key for Fernando Alonso, key for Carlos Sainz, and he's kept all the drivers at bay, and it's his teammate right behind him. We've got a yellow flag being thrown in sector 3. That's Yuki Tsunoda at turn 14, and those stops just momentarily. He's got going again. Tsunoda right at the back of the pile as we complete the first lap. 1.2 seconds the advantage that Sainz has over the crowd. I think Tsunoda might still be stationary down at turn 14, which if he is...
Oh my god, yellow flag already?
Well, I think it'll be difficult. We'll try to see the car, but where it's showing up on the driver tracker, it'll be, no, it looks like he's got away there with the green flag out.
Okay, we're back to green.
It's going yellow, green, but Tsunoda, to our knowledge, is not moving in that Alpha Tauri. Positions
Uh-oh.
Hamilton making up places, Alonso and Ocon making up places, and there is Yuki Tsunoda out of this race.
Already? Not Yuki! No!
Where is his car?
I think his car is behind the barriers.
That one lap incident. Are you can't be serious!
Which is a relief. George Russell has passed Lewis Hamilton while we've been focusing on Yuki Tsunoda. The Mercedes have swapped places, and Hamilton now has Lando.
Oh man!
Zoom along the Esplanade Bridge down towards turn 14, where the Yuki Tsunoda's race ended a few moments ago.
So we're down to just 18 runners there, now a long way to go this evening, and we're really set there. I'm imagining that quite early on, and it'll help the GR2, Carlos Sainz will want to manage the pace, manage his tires, and only
Poor Yuki.
a little bit later on when he wants to build a pit stop gap.
So to the end of lap 3 we go, and starting up, I should say, Carlos Sainz leading.
Lewis needs to give the position back. Yeah, well, way too late. He committed to it, so he needs to give 2 positions back.
Lando Norris already raised it with the race director. Lando Norris
So you've got to do it for George, but he just committed to going off, so of course he can break a lot later than me, you know.
Dang!
He has, yeah. I mean,
Next.
actually, I don't think it was necessarily that. It was more that there's an early pit stop for Alfa Romeo trying to sneak a point at the end of the Grand Prix somehow.
Yeah, but that is a strategic move by Alfa Romeo. They've got rid of the softs on Joe Granew's car. They might want to try and run the hard to the end of this race. Turn down to you.
So confirmation from Mercedes, they did tell Lewis Hamilton to let George Russell by, but nothing about letting Lando Norris pass. They won't do that. But quickly on the Ferrari strategy, that gamble has worked absolutely perfectly. Yes, Charles Leclerc might need to pit earlier, but they can control the pace from here. Round 1 to Ferrari. Nice one.
We need to see a replay, but in the snapshot in my mind, Lewis was alongside his teammate George Russell.
It comes Verstappen on the Esplanade Bridge. He's going with the wheel. Kevin Magnussen into turn 14. Verstappen's made up a couple of places. Just like qualifying yesterday, Martin didn't look too steady through turn 14 there.
Ha! Max suffered a penalty. Why does it always make me laugh?
And Hamilton leaving the track and gaining advantage has been noted.
He just basically ran out of space.
I can't do the US Grand Prix. I can't do Mexico. Brazil. in Las Vegas. And
now is less than a second. Charles Leclerc has closed that gap down. Russell runs third from Hamilton, Norris. Alonso in
those are the last ones.
Verstappen and Hockenberg, that's the top 10.
The worst thing Ferrari could do this year is start racing each other until the very late stages of this Grand Prix.
Not quite sure if they're going to report team orders or not. The team were fairly tight-lipped about that.
I love those sounds.
We were speaking to them before the race. Liam Lawson's lost a couple of places in the opening part of this race, and we're back on board with Max Verstappen, and he's got a full view of the rear ends of that Haas. Kevin Magnussen's Haas car, starting sixth, getting, well, not the best start that he was looking for, but not the worst either.
No, let's have a look. So, Lewis Hamilton, yes, he does go down the outside of Lando Norris. Said, look, he braked way too late. I actually think Hamilton was completely under control, but had nowhere to go because George Russell had already claimed the apex. But I do believe Lewis should be obliged to let Lando Norris through.
He certainly didn't lock up, and he
was completely under control. So he goes, and he's just braver on the brakes. And he's under control, no lock up, but then George is there. And that is why.
Well, there's no space for that, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's all one at a time thing there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I think Lewis Hamilton has let Lando through. He has.
Yeah, it makes sense. Getting or having to do that later on, because if all of a sudden Lewis finds himself ahead of somebody else, it's going to be really hard to make that move. Oh, look how close that is. That was
Sergio Perez, wasn't it? And that was Liam Lawson. I think that was him losing places to Max Verstappen, actually. This is when Tsunoda went out.
I think, yeah, Perez just crashed, honestly.
So a puncture for
Uh-oh.
No further investigation. Sorry, Martin. Lewis Hamilton leaving the track and taking an advantage. He's given the places back now, and that's where he let George Russell through. And he's also let Lando Norris through too.
I imagine the team, the Mercedes team, were told, right, let Norris through as well, and we'll call that in.
Oh my God, it's Super Max.
Persuaded to give that place back to Norris. I don't know how Lewis will feel about it. We'll find out.
Great reaction time from Carlos Sainz, around about 6/100ths of a second faster than George Russell, who was faster
Okay.
200 kilometers an hour. By the way, George Russell down to third.
Let me get this out of the way. I can't do this. No. I can't do this. I can't do this. I gotta do this and this and that.
We're seeing it because Max Verstappen, albeit ahead to Nico Hülkenberg, is still behind Kevin Magnussen, and the Ferrari is separated by 7/10 of a second as a complete lap 6.
The good news for Verstappen and Red Bull is that because Ferrari are in pace management to try to get their tyres further into the race, Verstappen is only 8 seconds off the lead. We often say a field sprint, quite a bit bigger than that, don't we, on a more traditional racetrack. You could soon be a complete pit stop away from the lead before you're 10 laps into the race.
The bad news for Max Verstappen, though, is that Carlos Sainz did a 140.5 on the last lap, and Max Verstappen did a 141.3. And even with DRS, he hasn't quite got enough
Look at my little Ferrari boys. They're doing so good.
to get past the house.
Kevin Anderson left him 8 cars with no more there, and we do know that Kevin can get pretty feisty in his defence, and at the moment that's holding up the Red Bull, but we don't really know if the Red Bull's any good in race 2. It was certainly not any good in qualifying trim.
They certainly hope this is a lot better and admit that they've rather got.
I wish I could answer your question. Okay, but for real. I'm not actually crying. I was just being sarcastic about it.
As they turn right-handed, Verstappen's got his man, and he's moved up into 8th place. Bernie Collins, down to you, Sky Race Control.
I swear, if he makes it Super Max.
Those first 5-6 laps, and now once they've got the tyre worn a little bit, begin to gradually push on those tyres. They are opening the gap to Russell and Norris further behind that. Simon interesting from Joe to comment. He thinks he had a puncher or Sonoda, sorry, a puncher.
Gotta make sure.
Well, he certainly thought so. Sergio Perez had lost a place to Oscar Piastri. They've been dicing all the way through this lap. Down in the turn one, Sergio Perez is back up into 13th. Whilst his teammate is making advances. Perez not doing the same currently. And now Oscar Piastri has got Alex Albon right behind him. And with DRS, we'll be hoping he can use that for some defence as they head down that Raffles Boulevard. We're on lap 7 of the Singapore Grand Prix, which is expected to last, if we don't get a safety car, about an hour and 40 minutes tonight, which is an awful lot shorter than some of the previous.
You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do this. Give me 1 minute.
Short the track by 137 metres. The lap times being qualified for about 10 seconds a lap faster.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have rain or a safety car or a long safety car, because often here, I think 4 times, as you said this quickly, 4 times the race didn't make the full distance, did it? And it timed out before it got through its laps. But this evening, when there's 4 corners missing and a lap time 8 to 10 seconds faster, we should not have that issue unless we get some big surprises.
On board now with Charles Leclerc. Battle for the lead. It's a Ferrari.
This is the season.
And he's run 1-2 for 1 lap previously in this 2023 season. That was lap 25 in Austria for those that were counting from the Red Bull Prix. They've been holding this 1-2 and now starting in that pace management phase to try and protect that lead, protect that advantage, and build slowly, surely, a little gap to George Russell in third.
Now let's remember Verstappen's on the hard compound time, and he did a 40.4 in clear air there. And the leaders were 40.1, 40.2. So it does look as if the Red Bull is decent on race pace, especially on the hard compound tyres. And I agree, I'm a little bit surprised Tsunoda wasn't able to get back to the pits with a puncture.
This is Fernando Alonso in front of Esteban. In previous times when these two have got quite close on the track, we've had a bit of trouble. On occasion, normally when they were teammates. How this is going to pan out, I'm not quite sure.
This is how far I'll go with it. Okay.
Esteban Ocon celebrating his 27th birthday today. Only drivers in the history of Formula 1 have ever won on their birthday. Sean Racing and James Hunt. Esteban Ocon.
So I'll keep these.
Just in the rear wing of that Aston Martin for a little bit longer than he would really.
Hasselhoff, now you know how wily and cunning Gunther Steiner is. I think he's plotting something here in the stretches with Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg. So Hülkenberg, Magnussen is the cork in the at the moment. From Hülkenberg behind him, Gasly, Lawson, and Sergio Perez, who can't make any impact on Liam Lawson ahead of him. Sergio Perez, but Magnussen has been slower, then faster, then slower than Nico Hülkenberg behind him. But Magnussen needs Hülkenberg to go slower still and back up the likes of Gasly and Lawson behind him. But will Hülkenberg play the game? Support perhaps just to score some points today. They have to work together.
So here is Bernie Collins.
Yeah, so it's very interesting what Ted said there on Perez, because Lawson has just been told that Perez is doing a lot of management, and these hot temperatures with the pack very close together, brakes are very important. So let's keep an eye at Perez is managing an issue there.
And yes, we've seen in the past, Martin, tyres suffer here, engines suffer here, brakes really do suffer. Ask Jensen Mark Webber, I think they have problems over the years.
Yeah, and you tend to, the air tends to stay within the walls. It's because of the aerodynamics when you're following another car. So the cooling, keeping an eye on Verstappen, he's cruising slowly towards Ocon and Alonso now.
He's cruising down on the course. LMFAO.
You would say Ocon about a tenth of a second slower on the previous lap. He's got a bit of a pace advantage in the first sector, and then Alonso claws it back later on in the lap. Charles Leclerc staying now 0.8 of a second gap to his teammate Carlos Sainz currently, and the gap now to George Russell, this is the important one really for Ferrari, is about 1.8 seconds. Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton are both lapping in the 139s. They've just eased off their pace, can't quite get into DRS range on the Ferraris yet, but they'll be monitoring the performance of those rear tyres on Charles Leclerc's Ferrari and keeping a watching brief for the moment when they're ready to pounce because his tyres start going off.
Alan Prost, who said the objective is always to win the race at the slowest possible pace. So you put the car under less stress. And that's what we often see in the early phases of the Singapore Grand Prix.
And target gap to Sainz, we need 3 seconds. At the moment it's 1.0.
And back him into George Russell then, aren't you?
And is that meant to protect Carlos Sainz's lead when he pits?
No, it's to make sure he doesn't overheat his brakes and injure the gearbox, I would imagine. Right, a little wobble there with Charles Leclerc in our switcheroo, but that will definitely back him towards Russell and Norris and Hamilton.
And in effect, they overheat their brakes and their engine, the gearbox as well. And if then something to think about that little problem there, taking Charles Leclerc out of DRS range, so that maybe is the time just to think about a little bit more pace management. So, hair in the tortoise here. You can be the hare in Singapore, you're going to start wearing things out an awful lot sooner than you would really want. The tortoise might have an advantage towards the end of the race. Man who's got the advantage at the moment is Carlos Sainz. And he's very comfortable out in front, just as he did in Monza before Max Verstappen started getting at it. 14 laps, I think he led 2 weeks ago.
So we saw that graphic there pop up, the window for the soft tyre, 15 to 25 laps. Leclerc will be most under pressure in that respect, but the tyres have done their job in getting him up into second and in a nice position in the Grand Prix. No contact really was there anywhere in front. It was Perez and Lawson was the only contact we saw in those early corners. And now, what we're watching at, it's not yet, it's coming up. In the next 10 laps, we'll be watching out for anybody diving in the pits and trying to get an undercut, trying to gain an advantage.
Exactly what he's hoping, and forever, where he's not seeing any cars in front of him. I was just going to say, Martin, the way this field is spread currently, Verstappen's not going to trigger the undercut. He's on the hard compound tyre. Someone like Esteban Ocon could absolutely, Bernie Collins could come in on this one, because if she was Esteban Ocon's strategy, head of strategy engineer, you'd be thinking about the undercut at the moment, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, you are, and you're sort of watching the traffic window behind. The group hasn't spread very much. They don't have a very clear pit window.
Sorry.
I think they're going to extend. It's interesting that feedback from Ferrari there to say, I can keep going forever at this pace. The tyres seem to be performing well. Verstappen is hoping that people start to box soon.
Looks like they're going to sacrifice Leclerc. That's a punchy statement, isn't it? But in other words, put Leclerc back a little bit. It protects Sainz from the undercut at that point, doesn't it? Handsomely. So how much is Charles Leclerc prepared to play that game? At the moment, it's 1.5 seconds. The gap, he was told to make it 3.
So that was my initial thought. The minute you make that a 3-second gap, then Carlos Sainz is nicely protected, and maybe that is the strategy way that Ferrari wants to run it.
26. Okay.
Leclerc is dropping back. So in DRS range currently, Esteban Ocon on Fernando Alonso. Max Verstappen's about 1.2 seconds back. You can see him as we ride on board now from the Alpine. Hülkenberg's being dragged along. Really by his teammate Kevin Magnussen, they have about 0.9 of a second. That's helping his pace down at Haas. Pierre Gasly still right on the back of Nico Hülkenberg. Then Lawson has dropped out of the DRS ability. You've got to be within 1 second of the car in front. Gasly down the main straight, so the longest straight here has the pace at the moment to get close to Hülkenberg, but not to get past him.
So Verstappen loitering 10 seconds off the lead. He will go like crazy on those hard tyres. If he's got some room left, which I'm sure he's looking after extremely well, when the others pit ahead of him, and as safety cars come in and into the
Okay, I've scheduled the rest of the Formula One stream, so you can go on my second channel. So you can go on my second channel, or you can go on my playlist to see the rest on what times they are. I almost got jump scared. Oh my god. Why does this always happen to me?
Actually, these drivers, you see all these clever engineers, Martin Brundle, they work out the best way. The drivers
Hello, Jacob, in the live chat.
It's
See.
mindful, isn't it? So they spent their entire lives, and certainly all of this weekend, going as fast as they possibly can. And now they're being told to slow down.
doesn't make much sense, but slow down now to go faster later.
Copy understood.
Well, last lap he slowed down by about 2 tenths compared to his teammate. That's what Charles Leclerc might just have been thinking.
Well, Logan Sargent down in 16th of the 17 of the 18 runners, rather, was faster than the leader, or as fast as the leader. That tells you what's going on out there at the moment. They're all pretty much mid 1 minute 40s, the entire field.
Just for your information, by the way, obviously we have 4 corners less this year. The longest stint on the soft tyre on the C5s in last year's race was Valtteri Bottas. He managed 26 laps on those soft compound tyres. Charles Leclerc has gained by about half a second now on his teammates, who continues to deploy good pace management.
Now, we know that this is one for Bernie at Race Control. We know that Mercedes saved an extra set. They went to a lot of trouble, didn't they? Save an extra set of brand new medium compound tyres. What can they do with them? How can they introduce them into this race?
Wait a minute. Let me double check the schedule for October 8th.
Potentially that medium's not that useful. Where it will come in useful is at the point that they're already on the hard tyre and they get a very quick safety car after that they can get off that hard.
Okay, never mind. Okay, we're good.
15 laps to go maybe in this race. I mean, if you get a safety car at that point, people will be thinking of the soft.
So it's a very narrow window, isn't it? Where
I can't do the USA Grand Prix because I'll be out of town at the time. So that's why I don't have that scheduled.
Charles Leclerc's dropped back by about half a second on this lap. Lewis Hamilton gained by quite a significant margin, 4 tenths on Lando Norris to the first part of lap 14. He's now just half a second behind the McLaren. He's taken a huge chunk out of Norris's advantage. There you can see Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton growling and stalking him.
Are you kidding me? My hand fell asleep again. 14 laps in. We got 62 to go. Turn 13.
Yeah, that is Mercedes sliding around a little bit. Let's see what he does for a second consecutive lap. See if he's ready to keep pushing the car like that. And how long before. I mean, I think they're going to try
And keep up my little Ferrari, boys. Ferrari sucks. I just say. I am a Ferrari fan. I do like Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz because these are my 2 Formula 1 drivers. But I must admit, I don't like Ferrari.
Applies to the virtual safety car as well. So that's why we see the stampede when the drivers want to come in for a safety car and why they're holding out for one. Leclerc doesn't want to get back into George Russell any more than he is currently. Because Lewis Hamilton's Norris, George Russell is now starting to catch Charles Leclerc too.
Yeah,
No!
So they've got a chance to respond with signs if Mercedes or McLaren try for the undercut.
My teammate stays. Where he is.
As we said, we think they're going to go long. I mean, that instruction to George about them Ferrari sacrificing Leclerc doesn't actually come as a surprise to anybody. Ferrari need to sacrifice Leclerc in a strange kind of way if they're going to make sure that one of their cars, a Ferrari, wins the Singapore Grand Prix. I think that would have been made clear to Leclerc as well. But just quickly on to Verstappen, being told to do slower lap times has done exactly the same lap time the last time round as he did the lap before.
He just went back into Russell, but what's happening with Ferrari's pace is there's not a gap for Russell, Norris, Hamilton, Alonso, Ocon, or Verstappen for that matter, he's on the hard tyres anyway, to pick. Come out. If they do that, they're going to come out in a horrible amount of traffic. So Ferrari are stopping all those behind them from making a pit stop, really.
So Ferrari backing the pack up, and I'm sure there's a lot of head scratching.
Seriously, Charles, you could have taken better tires, man. Hey, yo, what the? He has the fastest lap. Let's go.
They're all complaining that their tires do not feel in great condition. So potentially some pit stops at the back coming soon, and that will trigger pit stops at the front.
So how about this for a radio message from Giampiero Lambiase to
This is the last.
I'll say it again. There's no merit in being within 1 second of Ocon. You might think you're pushing, but the effectiveness is very low. And Verstappen has responded a bit because he's now 1.7 seconds or 1.8 seconds behind Esteban Ocon. He's been told in no uncertain terms.
Keep it up, bud.
Just do what we're asking.
Keep it up, my little Ferrari boys.
Yeah, it's like trying to tell you he's ain't bold, isn't it? To run a bit slower. Have a jog. Yeah, jog out there and you'll promise you it'll still pay off in the end.
We're on lap 16 of 62 here, and it's fluctuating a little bit. Pace management going on. It's like high-speed chess. It is all very strategic currently. The gap between Sainz and Leclerc, 2.1 seconds. George Russell occasionally responds, gets a bit closer to Leclerc, then drops back a bit. Lando Norris does the same thing. Lewis Hamilton does the same thing. But for the moment, they're all taking each other out of that DRS range because things will be cooking underneath the engine.
Let them cook.
Those wheel brows where the brakes are reaching maximum temperature every time the likes of Verstappen stamp on those brakes going through turn 16. Hit lane on your left-hand side, no thoughts of pitting yet. For Max Verstappen, who started on the hard compound tire to go as long as he possibly can. Carlos Sainz responds with a new fastest lap of the race, but it's exactly a super fastest lap of the race. He's just managing quite a bit the pace that he's been told to drive out from the likes of Giampiero Lambiase at Red Bull, but his race engineer, of course, down at Ferrari, Ricardo Adami.
And just put that in perspective, if the easy leader Sainz picked it now, he would come out 17th in the pack.
So gap to Sainz in front, 2.3, and with 5 seconds in 5 laps.
Is it 2.5 or 3.5?
2.5, and we need 5 seconds and 5 laps. That was the call. Yeah, that's the big problem they've got. Out in front, they're going to have to carry on a little bit. And if you're in the middle of the pack, you're not really going to want to hand anyone an advantage by pitching a gap, creating a gap for them.
Yeah, Sainz will come up just in front of Valtteri Bottas, who's running 17th if he gets it now. So that's the game they're having to play at this track.
Talk about Verstappen, but I'm sure it's all equally frustrating for Sergio Perez as well. The other Red Bull, also running the hard compound tyre, is gaining on Liam Lawson currently. He's stuck down in 13th place where he started this race.
I am freezing up here.
Pierre Gasly, who's half a second behind Nico Hulkenberg, has been that same half a second for quite a bit of this race. The two Hasses in the final 2 point scoring positions currently. Gasly's getting a great breeze on the rear tyres and how they're coping. He's getting some great pace down the straights, but he's able to use DRS in any one of the 3 DRS zones. But Hulkenberg, by staying within 8/10 of his teammates,
So we need to keep the pressure on these Ferraris.
Hulkenberg is also getting a DRS.
What?
Start back non-straight, this one right here, is worth about an extra 13 kilometres an hour of top speed.
And I say, the trouble is for Mercedes, they can't scatter the Ferrari by bringing in one driver, and it'd be so disadvantaged at this stage of the Grand Prix. But it's just not worth doing because, but at the same time, you've got to look at Mercedes and think, well, do something. You've got to do something.
Like a possible 3 light rain shower approach. Could be here in 5 minutes. Let's get one first. On the radar, this will be the last one. Last only a couple of minutes.
Well, that will certainly put the cat. rain expected in the next 20 minutes, but down at McLaren, Zach Brown, the CEO, listening in on the pit wall, and you think that the rain might be coming.
What?
It'll be very likely that, so I don't think it's concerned.
So how are you feeling about the race so far? We're kind of stuck in a waiting game for something to happen at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, we're waiting to see who makes what move win. Maybe we'll get this lap, maybe we
I
will.
swear, there's a
How long
fucking.
tyres on Lando Norris's McLaren?
This is the best race of my life. Okay, yeah. I was being sarcastic. Don't take it seriously. Ugh.
Tempted with Oscar in P14 to try something a little different? Not yet, but there is some conversation on pit wall about that.
And what conversations were taking place at the start of the race when Lewis Hamilton managed to get past yourself?
It's pretty unfortunate it took as long as it did to get our place back. I don't think it's hurt us too much, but it was pretty clear that he got an unfair advantage there.
Thank you ever so much, Zach. We'll break off from that chat. There is Logan Sargent getting going again, but look where that front wing is, Martin.
There could well be a safety car, a lot of debris on the track now. On the racing line, we'll see where there's bits dropping off left, right, and centre. Let's see what race control think about pieces of carbon fibre on the track. That might be the first chance, the first jeopardy of the evening.
Carlos Sainz, the leader, just going through turn 5. That's what happened to Logan Sargent. Down at turn 8, just wouldn't turn in on him, and he went straight on into the barriers. But the pack now are coming towards this corner, and where Logan Sargent had his incident. Now he's still going. He's going to try and get back to the pits. And as you rightly say, Martin,
We're cooking, baby.
The big bit.
I'm cooking. Let him cook.
Which is a good thing.
Let him cook now.
Yeah, so just looking at where the two Ferraris were colliding, there's a safety car now. They're probably colliding.
I said, let them cook. Oh wow, that is pretty.
Yeah, the gap between Sainz and Verstappen, 16.6 seconds, but no indication from race control. We're going to get a safety car. And well done to Logan Sargent. Now we're going to get a safety car. This is going to make things interesting, folks. Sargent gets back into the pits. Well done to him for doing that. Ted Kravitz, let's head down to you. Can you see any movement around the garage?
Well, yes, there's movement around every garage. Logan Sargent has made a right mess. I think
It's a good work,
he's made a right mess of the floor. Ferrari are out in the pit lane. McLaren are out in the pit lane. Alpine, Mercedes just keeping a watching brief. If Ferrari have most to lose in this, they are out in the pit lane ready to ICU sites.
I don't know if seriously another caution. Caution's out.
To the hard tyres and probably get to the end from there.
So if you're on a medium tyre, now's a good time to pit. If you're on a soft tyre, it could be a good time to pit. But can they double stack down at Ferrari? Russell is definitely coming in as well. And Charles Leclerc is coming in now, double stacking at Ferrari. Expect Norris to come into the pits. Hard tyres going on. Max Verstappen.
Oh my God.
The final corner now. Can they get Charles Leclerc out, Martin?
Look at my boys.
Lewis Hamilton, they've had to hold Charles Leclerc so it's clear to get out.
He overplayed holding the back up.
Oh, fuck you, Verstappen.
He doesn't get a penalty for that. But he overplayed that and put himself at risk. I think he's got away with it.
Carlos Sainz continues to lead this race and he's clear of Max Verstappen. That advantage of the hard tyre has been nullified by the safety car coming out on lap 21. So behind
Let him cook.
Second didn't pit. George Russell, Sergio Perez didn't pit either. He's in 4th. Lando Norris, 5th. Charles Leclerc, 6th. Then Lewis Hamilton in 7th. Fernando Alonso is down in 8th ahead of Esteban Ocon and Valtteri Bottas.
Dang, Carlos Sainz is cooking.
Bernd Mailander behind the wheel and his passenger just waving Logan Sargent by because he'd been wrapped during those pit stops.
Man, I'm in 8th.
Ferrari, hasn't it? I mean,
Ain't no 6, actually.
on the hard compound, they know they almost certainly can't get a medium tyre, but definitely can't get a soft tyre to the end of the Grand Prix test.
Charles Leclerc will be furious with having to be held there. That did not work out for Leclerc. Lando came in. And
I feel so bad.
Lando,
Sorry, bro.
Norris is ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc is
Now I'm sad.
6th at the moment, but it's behind the McLaren. in that front-running group.
So this is Fernando Alonso. Thank you, Ted. Fernando Alonso locked up going into the pits. You're not allowed to cross that line.
We get a penalty for that. And watching it back as well, Leclerc overplayed backing up the pack and getting. Unfortunately, that's a slight
Who is
penalty
that?
for crossing the solid white line. Leclerc overplayed backing up the pack.
We had to hold you for traffic.
What?
Lewis Hamilton had to be careful coming in because George Russell was being serviced and they were boxing two cars at Mercedes. And while Hamilton was making his way slowly in, Leclerc had to stay stationary for about 30
The
seconds.
pace car is out.
Easily ready for a
So yeah, it's called a safety car.
He was we'll have to try and measure it, quite a few seconds before he got to the Ferrari pit stop area. And remember, there's only one stop area per team. Before he got to the pit stop area.
Car 14 got a penalty.
Places.
Oh, Charles Leclerc. That is a major moment that could be catastrophic to your hopes of finishing on the podium today. Race control have noted an incident with Fernando Alonso. You're not allowed to go over that curve and then come back into the pits again.
Exactly.
You can see a 5-second penalty coming his way.
He crossed it twice, actually, didn't he?
5-second penalty for the 14.
So, yeah, as I said, computer showing Verstappen down to 6, but he's second.
He is definitely second. He's definitely behind Carlos Sainz, but remember, Verstappen has got to pit. Sergio Perez has got to pit, and the other cars around them, in front of everyone bar Valtteri Bottas, have made their pit stop. It's a one-stop race here, and then the Red Bulls are going to lose out. The safety car's going to come
40?
in this lap. The Red Bulls are going to come out because they've got a 20-second pit stop coming their way. So
I miss Daniel Ricciardo
safety car at the right time.
in Formula 1.
Long in this race and make up places while others are pitting around them. That safety car
Well, shit. It was Fernando Alonso that got the penalty. What the heck is that?
On the track there. It's probably just off the racing line.
Well, the pack are now pretty much together, so that we've got Sargent is out of position, getting around to the back of the pack. It should give a window for marshals to collect that piece of debris on the racetrack.
It's a debris. It's debris.
Yeah, that was
Ending
such an
soon.
easy entry into this next phase of the race behind the safety car, getting that hard compound tires to the end.
No one else is out besides Yuki.
The plan is to keep the pack together, so don't pull away. If we do with Max behind, don't use the hub. And what's more debris still, debris on track still.
Yeah, so keep it behind, back the pack up, cost Red Bull even more places when they do have to pit.
Yeah.
It sounds very easy, but as you can tell from the onboard here, Verstappen will be slightly keener than a fast thing to get past that Ferrari.
Yeah, and
No.
Sainz was nearly wearing the Red Bull of Max Verstappen there.
So we've had a safety car then this year. That means every single year here in Singapore, the safety car.
I
has
swear,
been
Max.
into action. Carlos
Super
Sainz
Max.
has led every single lap of this race so far. It's
Oh my
still
God, he's coming up.
restart to now worry about. He's now allowing
I'm speed.
Martin to get clear, to get back into the pits before he makes the jump, and there he goes. Carlos Sainz.
I swear, Max, if you pass Carlos Sainz, I'm out of here.
23 of the Singapore Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz leads Max Verstappen. Well done, Carlos Sainz. Very good safety car restart from him. George Russell now running in third. Sergio Perez.
How is Carlos Sainz so good at this track? I'm not even surprised.
Places hitting behind the safety car. Hamilton is 7th. Alonso 8th, and a potential penalty coming his way. Ocon 9th, Bottas 10th. Valtteri Bottas hasn't stopped at this race yet. And then goes Lando Norris. Norris looking for a move on Sergio Perez. He's going to go the long way round at turn 7. Can't quite get it. And almost gets collected by Charles Leclerc.
No!
Into that corner.
Who lost a place to Lewis Hamilton?
Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you?
Who has got a 5-second time penalty for crossing.
I can't blame him though. We just lost 7th place. Fernando Alonso got a penalty plus 5 seconds. failing to follow a race director's instructions, crossing the lane of penetrance.
Into this racetrack. And,
Well, that sucks for you, Alonso.
from George Russell.
And Sergio Perez under massive pressure from Norris and Hamilton and Leclerc and Alonso as through goes Verstappen, Russell, there's Perez, there's Lando Norris wanting to shut that Red Bull out of the way. Better traction for those on the new compound tyres. There goes Lando Norris on Sergio Perez. There goes George Russell on Max Verstappen. Norris goes into fourth place. Russell goes into second place. It's all swapping around, and the Red Bull's under big pressure.
Yeah, Hamilton almost.
God damn.
Didn't quite. Now shaping up for a run.
I want my teammate.
Carlos Sainz has got it easy. Perez darts over.
Battle for second. George Russell and Supermax. Battle for fifth. Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton. And Charles Leclerc. I still can't pronounce it. It's an accent. Oh my god!
Stewards will be looking at that to see if it was all four wheels off and gaining a position. But nonetheless, the Red Bulls.
I'm so sorry.
Just 24 laps old.
They've been struggling all weekend, and at the moment, they just haven't got the grip to keep pace with those around them on those fresh, hard tyres. The gap out in front, only 0.8 of a second. George Russell now has Carlos Sainz in his sights, and that's for the first time in this race, because before it was Charles Leclerc. This man here who popped up in the second place. There's Max Verstappen losing another place. This time it's to Lando Norris, who moves up into the podium places, and that's third. 2 Brits then in the top 3. 3 Brits still in the top 5. Carlos Sainz leads George Russell. Lando Norris ahead of Max Verstappen, Hamilton, and ahead of Perez. Leclerc right on Perez's tail, and as they stream then round the final couple of corners, it's action aplenty now in Singapore. Forget the waiting game. The wait is over. This is what we want to see.
Fresh tyres, you can brake later, turn in a little bit harder and get on the throttle earlier. That is why.
25 laps in DRS enabled.
Only just being enabled.
And that's the bad news for the Red Bull drivers at the moment. Now there's an extra
1 second behind. If you keep the park balanced up, you cannot do 2 stops. So cannot do 2 stops.
And now there's an extra 13 kilometers an hour.
Let Carlos Sainz cook.
1 second. As we have a look at how Lando Norris managed to move himself ahead of the
they're showing the race replay.
The first part where Charles Leclerc nearly collected it.
Yeah, that's where Hamilton.
I'll be laying down because my back hurts.
Well, this is Lewis just positioning his car to try and keep out a bit of trouble, and that's then going
Is
well
he
towards
cooking?
Sergio Perez. Quite how they did make contact there, I'm not quite sure. Brilliant driving.
He's cooking.
So Lewis Hamilton was sort of going off the track and gaining that place. He's had that lap time deleted for exceeding track limits. So whether that then is a knock-on to race control, I'm not quite sure. Did he gain an advantage by going off the track? Was he already ahead? That's what they'll be trying to work out, I'm sure, at the moment.
He completed the move, didn't he?
Hamilton runs the track to the top. There he's on. Come on, give me the position now.
Sergio Perez thinks that position should be given back. Trouble is, Charles Leclerc is now ahead of him, so it's not like you can swap it over.
No, but if you do have to give that back, as I said earlier, you've got to give it back straight away before it becomes too complicated to do that.
Carlos Sainz then responding to the Ferrari.
Have you guys seen Max Verstappen sucks at this track?
There's a massive gap between Russell and Norris. So I'm not sure if anything Carlos Sainz is doing is really helping his teammate much because of that gap.
Sainz's got a bit of an issue there, hasn't he? He's got to go as slow as possible, but not be overtaken by George Russell,
who is flying on the hard compound tyre. Now he's got second place. He's sensed the way for victory, I think, George Russell, here tonight. Ferrari thought that he might be a big danger in this race, and he's certainly a big danger now. Ted, down to you.
The thing about Russell and Mercedes, they didn't do a long run on this hard tyre back on Friday properly. So it's a bit of a voyage into the unknown for George Russell. They tend to go well on this C3 tyre. It is the hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so they're just sort of trusting their past experience with this C3 hard tyre, and it's working for Russell so far.
Lap 26 of 62. Stand by then for a congratulations Fernando Alonso moment, who might not be the happiest to move to that 5-second penalty. But he has now just completed 100,000 kilometres of racing action in his Formula One career. That's 2.5 times around the equator, behind the wheel of a Formula One car during a race. What an achievement.
It is. He's carrying a penalty for not quite making the pit lane, which is, it's slightly odds with all that experience, isn't it? But he wanted to make the most of that in that opportunity behind the safety car. And warning then to Kevin Magnussen for forcing another driver off the track. A black and white flag. Next up, another indiscretion, a penalty.
Kevin Magnussen down in 10th place and running a bit of a scrap with Gasly.
Black and white flag for car 20. Forcing another driver off the track. Oh, God.
There's a long, long way back next to the next man, who's Lando Norris, and on board with Lewis Hamilton. And that's Max Verstappen disappearing into Lewis Hamilton's wing mirrors. Neat move from Hamilton. He's now up in the fourth. Red Bull really struggling now.
Yeah, I was about to say, Lewis really
The battle for fourth, Lewis Hamilton and Supermax.
He's dropping away from that leading trio. He's done
Let him cook.
Bernie Collins, down to you.
Yeah, so the big question mark for Red Bull is where do you go from here? You've done 26 laps on that hard. It's not restarted well from that safety car. They're hoping for another safety car. Even with that, at this stage, because the pack is still so combined.
Oh yeah, this weekend I got to put on my winter. Not winter, my autumn hat.
For Red Bull, and they've got to hope that this field starts to spread a little bit more than what it's currently at.
Yeah, I think whatever Red Bull simulations last night, they've had this is what we hope for, this is what could happen, this is what we really don't want. And a safety car on lap 20 with the field close together was probably in the selection, Martin, of we really don't want this, do we?
Yeah, it was the worst case scenario, wasn't it? And I'm sure some fans at home and watching this online, wherever, were a bit frustrated at why this is Grand Prix, don't go slowly. But that was entirely Ferrari's intention to keep the pack tight and minimise any opportunity for Red Bull and others.
So Charles Leclerc is now half a second behind Max Verstappen. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz seems to have just eked out a bit of an advantage with George Russell, who's now over a second behind him, and maybe Russell is having to drop back a bit because his car is getting a bit hot. This is getting a bit hot too. As through that little kink on that straight, the two cars go, and by the time they slam on the brakes into turn 7, Charles Leclerc is ahead of Max Verstappen, who's now 6 and Leclerc up into the top 5.
How bizarre is this? Red Bull was kind of in the way, wasn't it, on that restart? I know the tires are good, but you know what I mean? It's looked like it could win anything from any position this year on the grid, and has done. And suddenly it just will not talk to this racetrack.
As Christian Horner says, it's essentially the same car, a few little wing adjustments for this weekend. The same car has won the last 15 races in a row. And I know Formula One fans that there's a technical directive has been issued to the teams to say you can't run certain things anymore, flexible wings, but keeping an eye on it. But everyone we talk to outside of the Red Bull team say, look, in all honesty, you're not going to get that advantage or disadvantage here in Singapore. If it's the same in Japan next week, that's a completely different story. But that technical directive shouldn't be hampering Red Bull here on this particular track. And watch out in 7 days' time to see if it is a different story or not. But I know there's a load of conspiracy theories flying around at the moment. What we can do is go and ask people and try and find out the information for you.
Yeah, and I talk to people who are who absolutely know which way is up when it comes to technical regulations, and they said they didn't think that the regulation tidying up had affected the Red Bull.
Oh, they're darting off once again. Fernando Alonso and your Matt. Did he go the right way back? It's working. It is definitely working because behind George Russell, they are catching up a little bit. Lando Norris only a second and a half behind George Russell now. Alonso's under pressure with the outspeed of Esteban Ocon, and he's just about holding on to it. That Aston Martin seemingly struggling. The hard combat side. We did go the correct side.
He did everything right. He didn't gain a place there. He didn't fail to lose a place by going around there. So I don't think it's
Just make sure that the right side.
so
It's lovely. Since the start, Aston Martin just doesn't have the pace that it had to defend against the outfields on the medium compound side. And this, of course, are one of those doing what he has done here in the past and backing up people himself to then give it the sprints at the later stage. Just looking down here, that's Oscar Piastri on Pierre Gasly trying to make a move. And now right on the second youngest driver on the grid.
he made a couple of places up during the safety car. Of course, 2 Red Bulls ahead of him as well, but so chance of some World Championship points for the young Australian.
Just behind him, the Kiwi Liam scored his first points in Formula One. So no one is actually true in Singapore Grand Prix. We've had an 8-point score in the 13 previous races that we've had here. Kevin Harrington, there he goes, still running the points. Esteban Ocon trying to make the move off Fernando Alonso, who's just getting a bit attacked at the moment.
Oh my god!
What we really need then is for George Russell to
Okay.
come and virtuoso run down one of the flanks. 2 seconds then.
You can all these times.
And try to trigger one point, hit it. Shoot, George. Shoot. You might get a goal.
Or whatever we're talking about in motor racing. So, it's playing all his football knowledge there.
But what Ferrari needs to do is for Charles Leclerc to get back involved to try and help out Front win this race. But it's not working. Lewis Hamilton is dropping Charles Leclerc by a tenth or two per lap. Just a quick update on Haas, if you're following them. Kevin Magnussen lost 1 place in the, was okay in the safety car, but wasn't good for Nico Hulkenberg. They did stack the 2 Haas cars. Hulkenberg lost 3 places in that safety car phase.
This is great now. Carlos Sainz leads this race. We're on lap 31. We're at half race distance. But look at this quartet.
Let him cook!
Battling it out at the top. Sainz, Russell, Norris, and Hamilton separated by 2.5 seconds. I think we got
Let him cook!
here, Martin.
Yeah, there's plenty more jeopardy left here in the second half of this Grand Prix.
Carlos Sainz is cooking! He's cooking, baby!
Eloquently puts it if he's going that slow, cruise up to his gearbox and set one up the inside. But well,
I think George might need to do that in a minute because it's not like he can back off anymore. Because look, there's Lando Norris, there's Lewis Hamilton. And
These last few laps can be torture. You never know.
Like a man at an all-elite buffet who's got his hungry appetite on. George is now dropped back a little bit and out of DRS range, which is not going to help him too much in his defense.
Wait, did they actually release the 2024 schedule? Hold on.
behind him as Leclerc then also starts catching back up as well. So we're going to find ourselves with a 5-way race.
Did they actually? No way. Stop. You can't be serious. Oh my god.
In a race, by the way, that has seen him being overtaken on track during a Grand Prix for the first time in the 2023 season. Do you want to come in, Bernie Cummings?
Yeah, I was just going to say, that Verstappen radio comment is pretty bad for a lot of other people in the race there. They've already done 11 laps on that hard tyre, 30 laps to go. Verstappen's only done 30, so they'll have to do 40.
So the final season 2 of the Formula One registrations will be next year, and that'll be it. Because I'm no longer doing race reactions in 2025 since I'll be retiring.
Can they restart that hard tyre, even if it's only a few laps? They won't want to give up the positions, most likely, especially if there's only a few laps at the restart. But can them hard when it gets cold.
Yes, you all are aware of that.
The prediction
That
being
I'm
before the start of this race is that the
just doing season 1 and season 2.
The fuel effect in terms of lap time.
But we're still on season 1.
The car gets lighter, but the tires will degrade more. So that's not what a strategist or a driver ever wants to hear, is it?
No, it's not. You don't want your lap time to be getting quicker as the fuel comes off. What we're hearing from a lot of drivers currently out there as well is that the track improvements coming into that. The track improvement has been quite big, particularly in that first stint.
Oh, that was if they were going to be flat out properly. You need a calendar to time them at the moment rather than a stopwatch.
Well, Carlos Sainz is race managing. Those behind are having nothing of it. And this is Lewis Hamilton, who could see Lando Norris and his rear wing. And Lando Norris can very much read all the lettering on the rear wing of the Mercedes of George Russell, who's probably got good eyesight, enough of a decent eyesight to read what's on the back of Carlos Sainz's car as well. 2 seconds, the gap between the top 4. That's Oscar Piastri in the other McLaren, stuck behind Pierre Gasly.
Very easy to get mesmerised on a street circuit that close to another car.
We understand we're on the same page, mate.
The trouble is, they're all on the same tyres, aren't they, out front at the moment? So, yeah. You can easily get drawn in just following another car. You're absorbing the hot air, you're absorbing the exhaust gases. It's hot and sweaty and tiring out there, and it's actually quite easy to make a mistake. These guys are world class. They shouldn't do that, but you just have to make sure that you're still, neat and tidy, doing everything right with your car, because you could be out of this Grand Prix in a heartbeat.
It's that mental fatigue that now comes into the equation. Nico Rosberg told me once that he used to train on a treadmill. He'd be on a 15% incline, doing like a 7 km/h power walk, and he played round about 7 hands of poker while he was doing that to exercise and stimulate the mind as well. Because that's the important thing at this stage of a race, especially under the oppressive conditions that we get here in Singapore.
Yeah, and you have to go up close to the walls, and suddenly the car gives you a little slide that you're not quite ready for. But they're all ahead of the game from what I can see.
He didn't tell me if he won all 7 hands of poker or not, but knowing Nico Rosberg as we do, I bet he did. That's the battle going on for the final.
We're 34 laps into 62.
Holding on to it. Yeah, Gasly is all over him.
Now again, I don't end Formula 1 race reactions until the national anthem. Just be aware.
Alonso's got Ocon, Magnussen, Gasly, Piastri, Lawson, Ocon. There's quite a queue behind Sergio Perez.
And at the moment, what Alonso needs to do is let's just have a little look here. Magnussen defending down at turn 8. Piastri joining the scene of that. Well, what Alonso needs to do is to back people up a little bit and then go for the sprints in the final stages of this race to try and get that 5-second gap that he needs to protect what is currently 8th place, but he might be thinking 6th place when Verstappen and Perez
So Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, and Denny Hamlin
We saw Magnussen pushing Gasly off track to defend that P10.
are locked into the playoffs.
saw the black and white flag.
So I'm told by Alpine that Pierre Gasly still very angry on the radio. And
But no, I don't believe it.
Clear break of the rules. Magnussen just forcing Gasly off.
Meaning I'm in shock.
Only 4/10 of a second behind. Gasly's going to try to get that P10.
Fernando Alonso lost P7 at this moment in time, and you can see the struggles that Sergio Perez in his 250th Grand Prix is going through. There it was, little twitch through that final
I'm
corner.
just checking.
Grip, that driving lice that his teammates was talking about seems to be affecting Sergio Perez too. If that Aston Martin actually had the pace down the straight, and the Aston Martin would be ahead of the Red Bull.
It would. If it was even faster, that would be leading the race. But
Is it just me or is Sainz extending his lead?
Which I hate in a racing car, the steering wheel is not quite. It looks like it's slightly right hand down, but that might just be the angle of the cockpit camera there.
Aston Martin Racing with just one car in this race as Pierre Gasly finally gets ahead of Kevin Magnussen. Lance Stroll recovering from his nasty crash yesterday in qualifying and feeling very sore and stiff today. And they wanted to
Ow!
his recovery.
That has to hurt for Stroll.
Next week, so they withdrew him from the race. And while I said all that, Kevin Magnussen's back ahead of Pierre Gasly. The battle continues.
I had to see this.
Yeah, we've got sort of two little groups really around the circuit, haven't we? With Logan Sargent out on his own, making.
This is Gasly into turn 7. And that was forcing potentially another driver off the track, and is that why the place is then swapped back again?
Well, his front axle was ahead of the Haas's front axle, so I think, look at that, Perez hanging onto that one. So I think he had earned the right to some space with his front axle considerably ahead there.
Jeez, Stroll has been through a lot.
Around in second, George Russell, the last non-Red Bull driver to win a Grand Prix.
Oh my God! I had to see. Jesus! Oh my God! That is so scary. Well, he didn't break his bones like last time. That's a nasty crash during qualifying for Lance Stroll. I've never seen anything like that. Jeez, that had to hurt.
You're not quite sure why. Some of the squirms
I am lost of words right now. But at least he was okay and walked away, which was a good thing and a good sign. Jeez. Poor Stroll.
Going into turn 7, Magnussen obviously got back ahead and he just outbrakes himself in the turn 7.
Yeah, he locked the rear axle, didn't he? Like putting the handbrake on. So when you handbrake on your rear wheels, of course. But yeah, I mean, again, if Sainz pitted now, he would come out 15th. That's still, despite the fact now in 2 groups, it's still a problem for when, if you do need to pit, when you come in.
You see a stripe on Sergio Perez's front tyre. As you can see, Fernando Alonso going for it into turn 7. He just about got his braking done, so he didn't go off the track, but he lost momentum in doing so. But at the outside goes the Alpine of Esteban Ocon. Fernando Alonso trying to make the move and now trying to hang on to the place. Sergio Perez 7th. Ocon is now ahead of Alonso, and it looks like Alonso's lost a couple of places as they try and squeeze through into the next corner. And within the width of a 10-pound note of making contact, the Alpine and the Aston Martin. Alonso going for attack, losing out in defence.
I'd never imagined there was enough space for 2 Formula 1 cars side by side into that mid-braking zone. Brilliant driving all round.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Allergies is killing me. 37, no 38.
I'm sure that's going to have a bit of a sigh of relief from Sergio Perez as well. A second of breathing space while the battle went on behind.
I had to stretch out here.
On that little battle as well with Ocon and Alonso between them.
Well, George Russell now just over 6/10 behind. That might be a decent sign, but I think Carlos Sainz is rather hinting at that. We're going to ask what has happened to that Aston Martin car in recent races. Fernando Alonso, who finished a brilliant second in the Netherlands, was a disappointing ninth in Italy, and is currently running ninth here, and just not even against the Red Bull, who's been running those tires for 38 laps, able to make an impression.
Yeah, I think they've just been outdeveloped by others. It was something we know McLaren, for example, like a big step forward. Mercedes are understanding their car better as well. And they turned up with a great car in the early part of the season, but others have moved on. Ted.
So just an explanation, courtesy of Mercedes, as to why George Russell isn't having a go at Carlos Sainz, is that Sainz is doing such a brilliant job of managing it. He's just backing off enough, but not enough. Well, yeah, that's the thing, because Mercedes making it clear that you need 2 seconds a lap advantage to overtake, and Sainz is only backing up about a second. So Mercedes doesn't have 2 seconds per lap pace on the Ferrari, even with the Ferrari saving its tyres. And they point out, Mercedes, that the only people passing anybody are pretty much everybody on a Red Bull, which has 20 laps more on its hard tyres. So they're just going to have to hope they've got better tyre life, Mercedes, than Sainz in front of them, to see how the race develops.
And all Red Bull can do now is get their elbows out, as Verstappen and especially Perez are doing, and hope there's another safety car.
I can say, are they praying at this moment for a safety car to come? Is that their only real chance in this race? It certainly looks that way. Now, Fernando Alonso was struggling to get past Sergio Perez. Esteban Ocon going now, and he's getting closer and closer all the time, but not quite close enough. And has he got some momentum now to try and get some decent traction and get past at turn 8? Can't really squeeze around the outside there, but that looked clever for Esteban Ocon. And the lead from Esteban Ocon, that's magnificent.
Things were going so well during the start. Until Yuki was out of the race in the one lap incident.
He forced Perez to go offline and drive defensively, and then just picked him off when the time came.
We've seen those two come a cropper before when overtakes have been on the cards. Ocon and Perez when they were teammates at Silverstone at Force India. Perez is struggling once again for traction, and Alonso this time should make the move stick and make it stick quite easily. He is at least 2 car lengths ahead before they put on the brakes, turn right at turn 14. By the time they do that, Alonso can see Ocon disappearing into the distance. They need to bring Sergio Perez in at Red Bull because he's losing place. Hand over fist, meter after meter. There goes Gasly on it.
And Red Bull getting ready to pit their 2 drivers. It hasn't worked out. They're going to have to put some fresh tyres on those cars,
which Sergio Perez will be delighted about. Now, they might put on a set of stock compound tyres here to try and go to the end. Perez is pitting, and he's got some work to do to come back into the points from where he's going to end up. And I dare say he's going to end up at round about 17th or 18th in this race. So once again, medium tyres for Sergio Perez.
Yeah, and if he puts presumably they've got to bring Verstappen in as well, otherwise the next thing is Perez will be undercutting him and ahead of him.
Well, there goes Sergio Perez behind Logan Sargent, down in 18th place. One person hasn't, well, 2 people haven't pitted yet. Valtteri Bottas down in 16th. Verstappen currently running in 6th. And George Russell has made his move on this lap towards Carlos Sainz. And I'm going to bring Max Verstappen in for his pit stop at the end of this lap. When I say make his move, the gap now under a second. As George Russell had enough of this waiting around and hanging around, and is it time to give it some hustle in that Mercedes? He wants to go for the win here. Carlos Sainz trying to protect his lead and his advantage. Sainz with 1 win in his career. Silverstone and last year, George Russell with 1 victory himself in Sao Paulo.
So the Red Bulls will end up 14th and 15th after this pit stop. But they have got up the Logan Sargent. They have got quite a lot of clear track in front of them. Just 60 kilometers per hour, 14 miles an hour. That is why it's such a slow pit stop here.
And it must feel horribly slow for any F1 driver coming in, ramming medium compound tyres onto Verstappen's car. You can't see what's going on the track because there's a pit wall in the way. But if you could, you'll see that Joe Black-New's gone through, Kevin Magnussen's gone through, and if you get out ahead of Valtteri Bottas. He will get that ahead of Valtteri Bottas because Bottas is pitting too. That's into the night time comes Max Verstappen once more. 15th for him, 18th for Perez. Bottas has just pitted, so Perez will potentially make up a place there. And let's go back to the top end.
Yeah, it was an interesting comment, wasn't it? I thought it's
No, Russell, you're not clear.
That's how it feels to George Russell. And certainly it's the sort of lap time we were expecting to see. More than a second faster than this, but Sainz then just parking his car neat and tidy. It's tactical, is what's required.
Yeah, 2.4 seconds, the gap between the top four. At one
Depressing.
stage, 2.8 seconds now. It has got shorter, it's not really got much larger than that. But they're all still in contention here. Lap 41 of 62.
So Red Bull is still very much having
Really?
an eye on a safety car now to bring them back into contention. We'll keep an eye on what kind of lap times they're doing.
First,
Collins, have you been picking up
Me
the
said-
That's very interesting. The top five, I think, have a very interesting strategy following ahead now. If there is a safety car, we know that the McLaren have the Mercedes have that extra medium tyre to use, but they are too close to stack their cars. The top five, if there's a safety car now, can all come out ahead of Ocon in P6. So it's very interesting Ferrari with Carlos Sainz should do it. I do believe the 1 second and a half that he suggested, and before the pit stop, the stopping was 2 seconds slower than that. So the hard tyre, when you get 30 laps on it, is slow. So the safety car decisions going forward are very important.
Yeah, and Verstappen is about to put it Perez in the 38 much, much faster. With Verstappen will be equally as fast when he completes a flying lap. They will now cruise very quickly up to the back of the pack. It depends how quickly they can get through the midfield, isn't it? They can
That's the first time we've ever heard Fernando Alonso say something like
I
that.
love how Max Verstappen is in 15th. I'm dying right now.
Out to Roberts and getting outpaced, I'm afraid, here tonight. Aston Martin. Alonso 7th with a 5-second penalty to add to his race time.
So Verstappen then is right onto the back of Magnussen, Joe, and Albon. Can he
I am laughing so hard right now.
right back into contention.
So nice, as DRS. Let's start pushing Sainz along now.
And that's exactly what George Russell is doing. 7 tenths gap between Carlos Sainz and George Russell. 6 tenths back to Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton just a second behind Lando Norris too. You go back to the 1968 US Grand Prix. For the last time, the British drivers finished 1, 2, 3. That was Sir Jackie Stewart, Graham Hill, and John Surtees. And here tonight, Sir Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, and George Russell. Hoping to do that.
Oh no! Caution. Yellow flag.
Oh, that is such hard luck for Esteban.
He is not happy.
So they're down at turn 13.
I can't pronounce his name, but he is not happy. But all I can say is it's...
It is in the firing line of the racetrack, and they're coming through to 16 now, the leaders.
Dang, his scream scared the hell out of me.
Expect the safety car, they're going to go around.
Oh, man.
But the trouble is here, Martin, if someone dives into the pit lane, and Esteban Ocon's car is right in their firing line, and when they come out and they are standing by in the pit lane, the virtual safety car has been thrown. But
It's the 31, I think.
Wow, the leaders have gone past the pit entry.
So they didn't get there in time. Fernando Alonso is now coming at turn 16 while we've got this virtual safety car. So there might be time for others, Bernie Collins, to get their tyres changed.
Yeah, so I think everyone further back will be trying to make their safety car decisions.
Yep, he's mad, he's mad.
The top five
He's getting out of the car.
still deployed, can box the next lap with no
I
big
feel
trouble.
so sorry
These
for
will
him.
have to stack their cars. They're very close together. Ferraris are not, and McLaren are not. What's key here is a virtual safety car, which means everybody's going around at the same speed. It's not an actual safety car where the pack is going to get collected up.
What team, Ted Kravitz, are fitting one car?
Well, at the moment, it's just Alex Albon, who's coming in. But I just saw as all the teams had their pick out in the boxes. I thought Mercedes might get with an early one with Lewis Hamilton, who was at the end of that line. Also, car 20, Kevin Magnussen, is coming in. So
yep, this is a 31 car.
Hamilton was already passed, they had no choice. So they were pointless in Italy with both cars. They're pointless with at least one here, Alpine. And that's what happens.
Lost drive.
Yeah, to Esteban Ocon.
I guess he lost power.
He's been driving superbly well. He is out of this race. His teammate Pierre Gasly currently running in 7th. Behind him, Piastri now 8th, Lawson 9th, Hulkenberg 10th.
That's my guess. He lost power.
Russell is shorting at the pit wall to say, can I do the opposite of the car in front? I want to do the opposite of the car.
Trying to build himself a gap, isn't he?
Yeah, right. I think he lost power.
Russell's coming into the pits.
So he is not happy.
Double stacking at Mercedes. They've decided it is worth going on to a fresh set of tyres
Shame.
for the end of this race. Medium tyres waiting there for George Russell. The crew have got to be absolutely on their game.
I want to be a Formula One driver so I can travel all around the world.
They're into clear air. With those fresh tyres, with those brand new mediums, they're absolutely into clear air. And they will catch the pack. They can't catch another virtual safety car unless there's a full safety car. But they will have nothing, nobody between them and first, second, and third on a brand new set of medium compound tyres.
And this, Martin Brundle, is where saving that extra set with the medium compound tyres has really worked to their advantage. They had 2 sets, the rest around about 1. Fernando Alonso's making his stop.
So the only
For a 5-second penalty, they can't touch the car until 5 seconds have passed. Soft tyres going on to Alonso. But you've got to let the car up a bit more, maybe.
The rear is not up as well. You've got to get the rear up.
Oh, this is going from bad to worse now for Aston Martin. Perez goes through while Alonso's still stuck in the pit lane. And tries to do something.
Wait, what's going on?
Hasn't worked for them tonight.
Green flag.
You lose less time with a 5-second penalty when you're under a safety car.
Well, it's
Track's clear.
5.8 seconds there.
So we're back in the race then.
Yeah.
So the top 3 now cannot take advantage. If they could get through one more lap, now they're all going to be supremely under pressure from 2 Mercedes-Benz with way better tyres. A bit of catching up to do, but way better tyres.
What you said is Peter, the new meeting. I think it is the right choice. You have an update, sir. Welcome, Martin. We are staying out.
Yeah, did Charles Leclerc make a question? Did he ask a question to Ferrari? Can I come in for tyres before that particular conversation?
The saving race for Ferrari and Norris is they've not got the warm-up issue with the 2 Mercedes right on their tail.
My little Ferrari boys are back
leaders at the moment.
in the top 3. Let's go. Come on, Saints. I know you can do it. You got this, man.
The heat is on, the race is on. Oh, this is going to be a grandstand finish. Any comments out to you?
Yeah, just to Mark's point about the warm-up, because the VSC won't be going as slow as the safety car, the warm-up is going to be much better than the 2 Red Bulls were earlier in the race anyway.
Yep, he's mad. He's walking.
The Mercedes are
I see.
starting to make inroads.
I can't pronounce his name, but it's 31 car that's out.
Suspected gearbox issue for Esteban Ocon. That's what's caused him to retire. Also out of this race, Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll didn't start, so we've got 17 running here.
Phew.
So, Carlos Sainz,
I was about to say.
did you have available because you now need to deploy it and hope your tyres will hang on? And he's also going to have to hope that the two Mercedes spend a bit of time catching and getting past if they can, Leclerc and Norris. But Mercedes are right in this.
What Mercedes have done here, Martin, they might have sacrificed, they might potentially have lost the podium place for George Russell. But what they've done is to say, forget second, we're going for a win here, and this is potentially our best chance of going for a win.
Yeah, and well, the timing was perfect for them, wasn't it? But it really, so Sainz is in the 37s. We'll keep an eye. Russell is in the 36.2, 1.7 seconds faster on that lap than the leader. And that is the rate they're going to catch them. They'll be with them in half a dozen laps at that pace.
On much fresher tyres, crucially, Russell 2 seconds faster than Norris and Leclerc, currently in second and third. Hamilton crossed the line with a 1:36.9. Even that was faster than Sainz, Norris and Leclerc.
So Ferrari and McLaren just didn't want to give up track position.
And we got a yellow flag out there.
Are you kidding me? We got another yellow flag!
There's a double wave yellow. There is Fernando Alonso. Has he just gone straight on?
Oh no! No, not Alonso! Oh man, he's not going to be happy about that.
Alonso's night is just going from bad to worse to...
I hope he can still continue. Okay, green flag's back. Okay.
Right, on board the Max Verstappen now, who is right behind Zhou Guanyu in the Alfa Romeo. Verstappen is on the verge of the points, and then he's got Hulkenberg, he's got Lawson ahead of him. It's worth mentioning, just for this moment, that Liam Lawson is currently sat in 8th place and holding his own quite nicely on a night that could give him, with 15 laps to go, his first points in Formula One. And then goes Verstappen down the inside on Zhou Guanyu, who rather left the room for him, so I don't think he felt he was racing Max Verstappen at that moment in time. Up to 10 points being scored for Verstappen.
Fastest man last time around, Alex Albon. No, not quite fast because Hamilton in 35 and Russell, but other than the two Mercedes, Albon down in 12th was flying along. Let's just watch these modes now. He's just 4 and up. There's 9.4 now. Yeah, that's what we thought.
God damn it, SB! Frick you!
Leclerc in 5 laps' time, and then Lando Norris only a couple of seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc, and Carlos Sainz about 2 seconds ahead as well.
I don't think they'll have any defence when Mercedes arrive on the scene. I just cannot see that they'll have the traction to defend.
Oh my fucking god. What the hell am I seeing?
Just not turning for him.
You can't be serious.
With the 5-second penalty, with that pit lane entrance, he just couldn't get the
Hurricane that used to exist. Come on, we got another hurricane. Oh wow, this is the best day of my life. I love it.
So again, I tell you who else thinks. Now you've got to get on with the cars. And now you've got to get on with it. Lando Norris as well, because McLaren chose not to stop. Yes, he's running P2 at the moment. We've got to hope that Lando has to hope.
What the hell? Hey yo, what the heck? I was just looking at the weather.
I still think any one of the top 5 could win, as Max Verstappen passes Nico Hulkenberg. But I think now that those running 4th and 5th might just have the best chance of winning this race.
Unquestionably, we were surprised they didn't second guess the safety car, because for me it was absolutely going to happen. One of the 2 safety cars, but then when they didn't come in on the next lap, Ferrari, I was absolutely amazed.
But if they all didn't get a chance, I don't think they got a chance for the first lap.
They get a second guess, yeah. But then you could look, they got
49.
No, you're absolutely right. Second time around.
But the second round, there was always going to have to be a safety car to get that car out of the way in lane.
Any comments? If you're on the
Is it time to vote?
Well, I think the big thing, like you said at the top, is that the Ferrari didn't have that medium tyre to put on. They only had the soft. So Mercedes were in the position holding all the cars there.
Okay, let's see. Charles. Carlos.
So that they're hoping that this hard, they have saved enough from that earlier snip of the race.
Yeah, all that pace management that Carlos Sainz has been doing in this race so far, this is where it will pay dividends for him, if indeed it does pay dividends for him. And that's the gap you can see there between Charles Leclerc and George Russell, and how he's closed.
I'm picking Carlos Sainz.
Taxi time went on lap 20, of course, with that first safety car with Logan Sargent's front wing damage out there. But looking at this, Russell now just 13 seconds off the lead, and at the end of this lap, it'll be more like 11 or 12.
So,
11 and a half.
lap 50 of 62. Stand by for a grandstand finish, as I said. Sainz has the lead. Sainz has driven brilliantly tonight, doing everything his team have wanted, but you can't always control everything in Formula One, and that virtual safety car has brought Mercedes back into the action.
Key for me now is how long will it take Russell and Hamilton to pass Leclerc and Norris, if they can, when they get there?
Well, we'll find out, I think, in about 3 laps' time. And what has Norris got in terms of pace? Has Lando Norris saved a little bit to help with his defence? Has Charles Leclerc got that grip that he needs to keep the two Mercedes at bay? Here comes George Russell. In a moment, when they get to the Esplanade Bridge, you might just be able to see Charles Leclerc. You know what it's like as a driver, Martin. You know you're closing the gap, but when you can see the car in front, suddenly you get an extra spring in your step.
Yeah, I suppose he won't, there's no doubt about it, but he'll know just how well the car's gripped up at the moment. And he'll be seeing, he doesn't measure it every corner how much closer he's getting.
Now, pit exit incident involving Sergio Perez and Alex Albon been noted by race control for a VSC infringement. Were they going a little bit too fast at the pit exit? Not quite sure on that one. We'll try and get some more details in a moment. There's Sergio Perez's teammate, Max Verstappen. If you remember last night, he got knocked out of qualifying in Q2 by the man who's currently ahead of him, Liam Lawson. 7/1000ths of a second, the difference between the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull, who's now coming at Liam Lawson. If you remember back to Zandvoort, Liam Lawson overtook Max Verstappen to unlap himself. Now he's got to try and defend against the two-time world champion, and he's positioning his car as best he can, but I don't quite think he's got the pace to keep him away for that long. Verstappen up into 8th place.
Respect. It didn't make it easy for the sister team of Red Bull there. Lawson still in the World Championship points.
And if he finishes in those World Championship points, that is a huge achievement for Liam Lawson. In only his 3rd Grand Prix, his first ever Singapore Grand Prix. That man deserves a drive in Formula One. It will be great to see him around and having full season after season in this sport. They did make it easy, but he did leave just enough room there for Max Verstappen. Great respect, super driver.
Indeed. Russell now less than 10 seconds off the lead, and it was 1.6 faster than Sainz. If Sainz had got
I just voted
using it by now.
so.
Stuart's going to look at that incident involving.
Oh my goodness! No, 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 no.
seconds faster than Charles Leclerc on the previous lap. He's in big trouble, Charles Leclerc, and he might even be in big enough trouble to be overtaken at the end of this straight.
George has to pass this Ferrari on this lap.
Well, he's having a little look, but just runs out of meters in a straight line to get the overtake done there. But he's still catching, and now Leclerc can do some defending on behalf of his teammate Carlos Sainz and make this just a little bit more uncomfortable for George Russell. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 3, Valtteri Bottas moving very slowly. We've got a green flag. I think he might have pulled off to the side of the track and out of the way. They're about to be approaching round about where he is to turn 14 as we go over the Anderson Bridge now. If you get good traction right here, a nice new fresh bit of tarmac to use to get some grip as well. George Russell can make the overtake going into turn 14, getting the slipstream from the Ferrari, and Charles Leclerc forces it to go the long way round, and that means George Russell can do the old switcheroo at turn 14, and George Russell is ahead of Charles Leclerc. One car down, 2 more to go for George Russell.
They're never going to be able to defend in the traction zones, especially when they're forced to take a tight line in to defend, and Hamilton will be through there in a heartbeat too.
Yeah. We're on board with Lewis Hamilton, who will get DRS down this main straight, but Charles Leclerc gets it too because Russell isn't more than a second ahead. And right, the gap between the top 5 now, 9 seconds. But the 2 Mercedes significantly faster than the other 3.
And Russell only lost 0.2 of a second to Sainz, including having to overtake Leclerc.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton onto the fastest part of the track, and it's DRS zone for Lewis Hamilton and not for Charles Leclerc. Which way is he going to put Lewis Hamilton to go? He wants to push him to the right-hand side. Hamilton is now ahead of Charles Leclerc, and that is 1 down, 3 to go for Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, they're marching on the 2 Mercedes, but that's what we were talking about. That's a turn right up, overtake, and get on with it. And that's their biggest obstacle, passing the second Ferrari.
There goes George Russell. Move on Charles Leclerc. Yeah, there's 1 more Ferrari ahead of Carlos Sainz. Remember,
This is the second of the 2 on the track, I mean, because it was Leclerc who could do the most damage there, I think, in terms of halting the advance of the Mercedes.
and this is how Lewis Hamilton got past Charles Leclerc. You remember how Carlos Sainz started on pole in Monza and finished 3rd, and the 2 Red Bulls managed to get past him?
Yeah.
Do you get that sinking feeling for Carlos Sainz that he's going to start on pole here tonight and he's going to see a 1-2 finish as 2 cars get ahead of him, and it's going to be Mercedes?
I don't think he's got any more pace out front, Carlos Sainz. He's got a 38.7. In fact, he's got Norris catching him gently as well now, Carlos Sainz. So,
talking of Norris, is his teammate Oscar Piastri. That's Max Verstappen that's about to go past him. Verstappen on the medium side. He's got that tyre offset because he ran the hards right at the start, and he's up into 7th place. But for once, Max Verstappen is a long way from the leading action. In fact, he's currently 37 seconds off our race leader, Carlos Sainz, who on lap 55 has a 1.2 second gap to Lando Norris. The gap to Lewis Hamilton, though, is under 8 seconds. And the 2 Mercedes continue to making those.
Negative. Let's go for it.
it's terrible, isn't it? Got to give it everything. And then it's a question of how malleable Lando Norris will be and how much grip he's got in the traction zones against those Mercedes.
Just looking at this lap, the pace has slowed slightly for the 2 Mercedes. There's the 2 out in front. Carlos and Lando. What a double acts they've been so far in Formula 1. Friendship put aside for the next few laps, because I'm sure both desperate to come out on top of this one.
Well, it was slower because they were passing Leclerc. On this lap alone, they're a second faster in the middle sector alone. The Mercedes over the 2 leaders, a second in the middle sector.
Which is a twistier part of the track. And if they've got the pace and the grip there, then they've obviously got the downforce to protect the tyres as well. Great views from the outside of the final corner. We're on the inside of the final corner, watching the 2 Mercedes blasting past us once more. And in 3 laps' time, George Russell is going to be on the gearbox of Lando Norris. We'll see, Martin. Norris, by the way, He's now about a second behind Carlos Sainz. Ted, down to you.
So we understand from that it was a gearbox problem, a hydraulic problem for Valtteri Bottas. That's why he stopped. But didn't Valtteri do his old team Mercedes a favour, Croppy, by not causing a safety car and pulling off, in a very, very good place?
Well, he certainly made sure there were no yellow flags to stop any potential overtakes. Oh, there's nerves, aren't there, in the team garages? And there's probably a few nerves mixed with high octane adrenaline out on the track. 1.2 seconds, the gap out in front. Russell now 2.9 seconds back on Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton 1.6 seconds back on his teammate. If there's time, when the two Mercedes get past the Ferrari and the McLaren, I wonder if they're going to be allowed to battle it out for the lead.
You could put your money, haven't you, on Mercedes at this point. They can keep this pace up on the mediums, and there's no reason why not on this fuel load, this track, and the amount of distance they've got to go on those tyres. You'd have to put your money on the Mercedes as long, once again, they can just navigate quickly past Lando Norris.
Singapore Flyer illuminating the night sky, the Singapore Flyers down on the track. And what a battle this is going to be, and is shaping up to be here. The top four now separated by under 5 seconds. It was 7 seconds at the end of the last lap. It's under 5 seconds, the gap between the top four now.
I wonder if Carlos has been made aware or understands who he's actually racing here.
What would you want to know as a driver at this stage? Would you want to know where Lewis Hamilton and George Russell were?
I want to know about this pair, that's for sure. Yeah, because they're the ones dictating now the pace of this race by some margin.
Or do you want to know just where Lando is? Because he's the one that he can properly see in his wing mirror.
Now he's just got to go as fast as he can. There's nothing to do with Lando, and we're already hearing that Charles Leclerc is saying his right rear tyre is gone.
Thanks for Stanford. In about a lap and a half time, but is it coming into play now? Because the Mercedes are right there. They've got the fresher tyres. It's not in the DRS zone, Martin, where necessarily they've got the advantage. It's the grip they're getting from the slower corners that's helping them cruise right up to the back.
And Lewis is just ready to pounce if George gets wrong-footed anywhere against Lando Norris.
What a battle this is. The gap between the top four is now 1.7 seconds as we start lap 59. And at times, patience, Singapore Grand Prix. and at other times, absolutely thrilling Singapore Grand Prix. There is nobody's decided as yet. Sainz leads from Norris, Russell and Hamilton, and we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Just wondering.
Albon stopped turn 13.
Oh dear, Alex Albon stops maybe on the outside of turn 13. And he has got going again now. So once again, no safety car. Carlos Sainz to be going down. Why could we have a safety car? Right to the end of this race. Protect my lead, protect my victory.
Even George Russell was moving around there.
Front tyres are finished, says Carlos Sainz. Struggling so much out in front.
Hamilton is racing there, isn't he? George Russell, his Mercedes got out of shape on the throttle as well, but this was the moment we were talking about. How quickly can he navigate past? Can he navigate past Lando Norris?
The action is ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who's just sitting waiting patiently. George Russell can't get Lando Norris there, but look at George Russell's exit coming out of turn 14, and he's now about to go wheel to wheel, and Norris just has to slip behind the rear wing of the McLaren. Hamilton waiting patiently once again. This has helped Carlos Sainz, because Carlos Sainz has now just gone off into the distance somewhat.
And Norris now loses the DRS.
So Lando Norris is in big trouble here from both of the Mercedes, as down the main straight they go. 3 laps to go. The gap between the top 4 now 2.3 seconds.
This is the pivotal work. Norris doing a great job for his former teammate Carlos Sainz. Mercedes then, looks like they're going to start squabbling each other. They can't afford to do that. They've got to get past this McLaren on this lap.
Like a naughty schoolboy, Carlos Sainz has backed Lando Norris into the clutches of the 2 Mercedes and then scampered off into the distance to try and build that lead. But as you can see, Norris still crucially had a bit of DRS, and he is keeping the 2 Mercedes at bay. But it's in this middle part of the lap, it's in these slow corners that the Mercedes are getting really good traction, and although Lewis Hamilton is seemingly getting better traction than George Russell there.
But Russell's now having to watch his teammate and keep an eye on him as go slightly defensive against Hamilton.
Can they both work together to try and clear Lando Norris? They're running out of laps. And this tense, thrilling, high-speed end to this Singapore Grand Prix. What a night to be watching Formula One.
Norris with DRS again then from the Ferrari. Sainz is playing a blinder, or is that all he's got?
So I think it's this straight, really, where the Mercedes might have the advantage, because there's no DRS down this straight for Lando Norris to use to his advantage, but the Mercedes are just a little bit too far behind. Sainz is helping Lando Norris, but more importantly, helping himself.
Yeah, and Norris still getting the slipstream at least at this point, although it's hurting him through these fast corners, but so is it hurting the Mercedes behind him.
Mercedes took the gamble, pitting behind that virtual safety car. They dispatched Charles Leclerc long ago, but they can't quite get past Lando Norris and get within touching distance of the ultimate goal, which is Carlos Sainz, who is leading the Singapore Grand Prix and has done for pretty much all of it.
I think it's genius what's going on from Sainz, just helping Norris defend against the 2 Mercedes with his rear wing open.
We know about the romance, Martin. Sainz and Norris, they said what a double act they've been throughout their time in Formula One, formerly as teammates now. Ferrari against McLaren, but what a double act they are being at the moment to help each other out potentially to a 1-2 finish.
Where they're going to get a lap and a half to go before they can celebrate that. And both Mercedes now just starting to move around a little.
They're getting disturbed by the turbulent air a little bit. The tyres that were a lot fresher 10 laps ago, struggling for grip and for performance. I'm sure he's trying, but Lewis Hamilton frustrated, I think, there.
Yeah, Russell's Mercedes wagging his tail again under traction, complaining he wanted a bit more grip. But this is the key part. They haven't been able to navigate past Lando Norris so far.
So will Lewis Hamilton try and make a move on his teammate George Russell to try and pick up the podium here? Through they go into turn 16 once more. Sainz ahead of Norris, ahead of Russell, ahead of Hamilton.
Russell's rear tyres look horrible now. He's really moving around a lot.
So, what do Mercedes do? Do they allow Lewis Hamilton to chase up Lando Norris, or do they give it one more lap?
Final lap.
Put the pressure on the McLaren.
They can't really ask Russell.
Come on, Sainz! You can do it! Come on! Please!
Russell had his rear wing open there. That didn't look like he did unless it just closed when I looked.
Please!
Anyway,
Come on! 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 You got this! Oh no! Caution! On the final lap! But the race is still going! Come on! Come on! You got this, Carlos!
Such an unfair end to his race.
George Russell isn't happy. Come on, Carlos Sainz! Come on, come on! You got it! You got it! You got it! You got it! Come on! One more time! Ah! Oh my God! I don't believe it! Carlos Sainz wins at the Singapore Grand Prix! Yeah! 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 Let's go! Yes! Let's fucking go!
Deserves a round of applause too for a first ever points finish in Formula One, and Kevin Magnussen should complete the points. He's holding off Alex Albon at the moment, down in 10th, but it's Sainz triumphant.
Yay! We did it! For once! We win! We win! Ah! I don't believe it! Oh my! I don't believe it! We fucking won!
Into the points, Albon ahead of Joe, Hulkenberg ahead of Sargent, Alonso at 15th place for Aston Martin, and ahead of George Russell. And you've got us. Your heart goes out to George Russell there, Martin, who gave it everything.
Fuck yeah!
Brilliant. Yeah, 10 laps ago, I put a sizable amount of money.
Yeah. He ends up in the highs and lows of top class sport. That is the man who ended Red Bull's run of 15 consecutive Grand Prix. Ferrari winning in Singapore.
How? How is this even possible?
Ever since
How was he able
Friday practice.
to hold it off? He led the entire time!
From the cockpit.
Unbelievable! I can't!
Hamilton, his teammate, came in for third.
Oh my God! Let's go! For once, someone else wins better than Supermax.
It really was. He gets the fastest lap of the race and an extra point as well. Does and will move.
Ferrari wins in 2023. Let's go!
We have a different top three in the Drivers' Championship. It's been Verstappen, Perez, and Alonso since Bahrain.
Oh my
Moving to third place with us.
Oh my God!
Driver to reach the checkered flag here tonight.
Oh my God!
Out of the 15 runners, Fernando Alonso, after a lot of trials and tribulations, a very slow pit stop.
I gotta go cry now. I can't even believe it. I can't even.
His first win.
I'm just crying of joy right now.
His second win in Formula One. To jump for joy. Paul Carlos Sainz. Who's shown us.
Oh my God, you cannot be serious.
Just how he trains. And how he trains extra hard.
He led the entire time. He was able to hold it all. How was he able? Did he have like a fast car or something? Who cares?
He says,
I don't believe it.
sadly for him,
I don't even believe it.
onto the podium. His tyres were gone, but he held on Max Verstappen for that fourth place, which is important, obviously, for Ferrari. As they and Mercedes pull clear of Aston Martin now in the championship. Fight for second, I think, really between those two teams. Zach Brown over to congratulate his former driver, as the night sky is filled with fireworks after we have, Martin, a final end to this race with plenty of fireworks on the track.
That's a cracker, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that race. It was a bit steady. It was a slow burn in the beginning. Well done to Oscar Piastri, 7th, Liam Lawson 9th, as you mentioned. Stealing the last World Championship point there. Yeah, Gasly up there in 6th as well. Putting that standout performances. Seems as if the Red Bull does actually have some race pace even around here as well, with Verstappen coming back to a close 5th.
Yeah, it certainly did. They went through all the pain in the opening stints, and then the safety car coming out at just the wrong time for them, but on the medium tyres at the end.
I don't even know what to say.
Advantage stick.
I'm gonna go cry. They're gonna go cry.
Very much when you were in the thick of that battle. He was told by his team the pace that he needed to drive out in the early stages of protecting the lead, and absolute brilliance to back Lando Norris into the Mercedes a little bit, but then to give him that DRS advantage to help him stay in second.
I'd like to know if he had actually had any more speed, or if he literally was driving on his mirrors and helping his old mate along.
Oh
He's
my
got the water in his hand, he
God.
wants to pour it all over his head. I'm not surprised.
No
It's so hot
way.
here tonight. David Coulthard has the mic in his hand.
It's your second Grand Prix victory, and I have to say, what strategically brilliant racing you had there. You did one stop, your tyres were gone at the end, but you did it under the heat of Singapore.
Yeah, an incredible feeling, an incredible weekend. I want to thank everyone in Ferrari for making this huge effort to turn around and manage to win this season after a tricky beginning, but now we nailed the weekend, we nailed the race, we did everything that we had to do, we did it perfect, and we brought home a P1 that I'm sure all Italy or Ferrari is going to be proud and happy today.
I don't know what you were doing in the summer break, but since you came back, your performances, you can see the hunger and desire. You've been beautifully rewarded with that victory here today. But it was like a chess match. You were very strategic in the beginning, and then in the end, you had to push 100%.
Yeah, it was all about giving our limitations with tire wear and degradation, all about managing the beginning of the stints to make sure I made it to the target laps that we wanted to do in each compound. Obviously, a safety car forced us to pit even earlier than we wanted, and I knew it was going to be a long speed on hard. I had to keep him slowing down, to don't give him a safety car or a medium tire opportunity, and it worked to perfection. It was just quite tight at the end, but we gave Lando a bit of DRS to help him, and in the end we made it P1.
See, I find that incredible that you're thinking, I'm going to help Lando so he then isn't under pressure from the Mercedes. Other than the obvious, the fact that you were being hunted down in the last few laps, was there any scary moments in that Grand Prix for you?
Well, I felt under control, to be honest. I always felt like I had the headspace and the pace in hand to do whatever I wanted to do. I'm not going to lie, you're under pressure and you obviously are very close to making any kind of mistake, but I felt under control. I felt like I could manage well. And we brought it home. That was the best feeling, over the moon right now.
Well, brilliant victory, congratulations.
Thank you.
Lando, Lando, you've equaled your best results. You're getting closer to that first victory, but after what was the usual
Ferrari takes it for once.
The tires, you, like Carlos, only did one stop. It was a hot half race at the end there.
It was, but Carlos was very generous. Carlos was very generous trying to help me get the race.
If you excuse me, I'm gonna go cry now. Not yet, though. We still gotta get through. We still gotta get.
We needed to do it more, so super happy.
We saw George Russell was pushing hard and was being pushed hard by his teammates.
We still gotta get
the wall went out of the Grand Prix. That was really the last
we have to get to the national anthem and
the last lap, same place.
You hit the wall.
I did the same, so I think he copied me and just did it even worse. So no, I feel for him. He fought a tough race. He was probably one of the quickest out. He was the quickest today, I would say. So it helped me a bit. The last couple of corners, I could chill just a little bit more, but. Good points for the whole team as well with Oscar there. But everyone, Carlos, Charles, Lewis, and George, we all pushed each other the whole way. So it was stressful, but it paid off.
Now, we've seen an obvious question under the heat of Singapore, but put us in the cockpit. Physically, how tough was that Grand Prix?
I'm good to go. Do it again.
Okay, we believe you. Right, Lewis Hamilton, congratulations. Third place. Not the ultimate result you want, but brilliant comeback strategically at the end. This is your 196th podium and your 7th here in Singapore. We saw you battle hard with your teammate. We heard you on the radio saying, tell George to hurry up. And then, unfortunately, he clipped the wall.
Firstly, congratulations to Carlos and Lando. They did a great job today. The strategy worked. We rolled the dice this weekend. We went with a different amount of time into qualifying with the options. We had to do what we've done today. I felt like it was a two-stop, but I think that the team did an amazing job today to really get us back up there. It's a little shame the first corner, but nonetheless, I just kept my head down, kept pushing, and of course, extremely unfortunate for George. We were pushing so hard to catch these guys, and our tires were so hot. But I know he'll bounce back. He's been phenomenal all weekend.
We saw you sitting just before coming up to the interview. This is a hard race, but that's where you love it.
Yeah, this is how it should be. It's incredibly hard. I think I only lost 2 kilos today, so it's not so bad.
Well, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the cooling champagne of the podium. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sure every driver will be taking on as much liquid as they can to replace the 4 litres that they've lost during the course of this race. But let's concentrate for a moment on what happened to George Russell.
Yeah, he says he clipped the wall, so that is down into turn 10. Clipped the wall on the way in.
On the right hand side.
It's sort of a curved right. It would be slightly, it's what I was talking about earlier on about getting slightly mesmerised behind the guy in front and then not doing your housekeeping properly. I'm surprised the car parked there. It didn't cause a bigger issue because it's a very small runoff there in terms of other cars coming behind. Yeah, slightly unsighted, but the braking zone curves right there.
Yeah,
on both sides of the track.
Lando saying he hit that very same wall, but he got away with it in terms of that contact to pick up his 3rd podium of the season, and he one short of his best ever total. And Ferrari pick up a 4th win here in Singapore. 2010, 2015, 2019, and 2023. Zach Brown looks like a very happy man. We didn't disturb him in the final 20 laps or so. I would imagine he was slightly more nervous than he's showing now.
Because we didn't have a chance. We didn't have any time, did we? It was just wall-to-wall action.
Let's have a listen to our drivers.
Charles, about this stuff? Nothing like it. I don't know what it is. We did not know about it. It wasn't like this.
Depressing. I'm just so happy.
Aye. Oh, Charles. That's been running. The hard is pretty in Oh, he was not trying to like me, was he?
That's your race review from Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz, which translated Martin to
That sums it up. Sums the race.
I'd listen to that as a race review every week. That'd be fantastic. It got close. It got hot out there. But through it all, the control from the drivers was absolutely magnificent. McLaren's best result here since Jenson Button got a second in 2012. And for Ferrari, a night time of celebrations too. And first up onto the podium for the first time since Silverstone. Somewhat 5 races ago, the British Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton finishing third, and today for Mercedes, equaling his best results in Formula 1. It's Lando Norris, second here in Singapore tonight, and the smooth operator for the first time at Ferrari. His first win for the Scuderia in Singapore, Carlos Sainz. Fantastic scenes, fantastic celebrations. Carlos Sainz up on top of the podium, all his mates down underneath watching it. My mate here in the commentary box telling me that I'm an absolute idiot, and of course he did work for Ferrari last time. It's like the previous win at Silverstone, which I completely forgot. Martin Bromley once again, I'm in your debt. So,
That was a great win for the sport, wasn't it?
it was.
I really enjoyed that. Some supreme driving in some of the most challenging conditions. His dad, multiple rally champion, Carlos, will be proud of him, as well as his mum and his family. And all Spain, do you imagine, right now?
I'm just checking the stats here. That is Freddie Vassell's first win as Ferrari team principal, right?
Almost certainly, yes.
Just want to get that one right before we leave here this evening. And that will take a lot of pressure off Freddie Vasseur as well. Last couple of races, Ferrari have really found their feet and their form. In 11 years. Lewis Hamilton, yet another podium. Grand Prix, and he picks up another podium here at this track.
George Russell's never scored a point here, has he, if I remember correctly? And Max Verstappen has never won there, and nothing's changed so
Well, nothing's changed in the championship. Max Verstappen is still out in front, but an awful lot changed along the track tonight. Lando Norris sprays the bubbles over his great mate Carlos Sainz, who drinks in the moment. And what a moment! Ferrari and Carlos Sainz victorious here in Singapore.
Happy.
Hey everyone, I'm Nicole Briscoe. Thank you for watching ESPN's presentation.
Finally, for once, we get a new driver win. And we also got a new national anthem to hear at the end, too. I really like the national anthem. I think it's better than Max Verstappen's, or should I say Super Max. And Super Max has kept winning a lot, and basically, yeah. But we finally got a new driver, and we got Carlos Sainz, our new winner for the Singapore Grand Prix of the country. I hope you maybe I'll do a celebration stream. I'm not sure, but I only do celebration streams during NASCAR, but since Carlos Sainz won, I was thinking of doing a celebration stream, but it probably won't be this month because I said my stream was going to be. This was going to be my last stream until Denny Hamlin won. So my last stream will be on the 22nd of this month. And I'll see you all on Friday. So that's going to wrap up the stream for now. And stay tuned for Season 1, Episode 12, which will be either the 25th or the 20. No. I keep stuttering. The 24th or the 8th. I don't know, but I'll see you all when. I'll see you all on the 22nd and 24th. Have a great rest of your day. Oh my god, they keep forgetting. So yeah, anyway, have a good rest of your day. And goodbye.